हेलो दोस्तों, वेलकम बैक। तो हमने अपने पिछले वीडियो में समझा कि टाइप कास्टिंग एक्चुअली क्या होती है, ये इम्प्लिसिट टाइप कास्टिंग, एक्सप्लिसिट टाइप कास्टिंग क्या है और कैसे हम लोग एक डेटा टाइप से दूसरे डेटा टाइप में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं। अगर आपने पिछला वीडियो नहीं देखा है तो मैं प्रेफर करूंगा कि आप एक बार उसको देखें। लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगा। तो आज के इस सेशन में हम लोग क्या करने वाले हैं कि हम लोग जावा कोड लिखने वाले हैं और उसको कंपाइल करके देखेंगे, रन करके देखेंगे कि practically how this implicit and explicit typecasting is working, and by end of this video you will understand like how we can practically apply this in our java program। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। तो अब हम आ गए हैं अपने नोटपैड प्लस प्लस पे, जहाँ पे हमने अपना लास्ट प्रोग्राम बनाया था और यहीं पे हम अपना एक नया जावा प्रोग्राम बना लेते हैं जिसमें हम लोग जो भी टाइप कास्टिंग में हमने सीखा उसको प्रैक्टिकली करते हैं। लेट मी क्रिएट ए न्यू जावा प्रोग्राम एंड मेन मेथड। तो हमारा जावा प्रोग्राम रेडी है विद स्केलेटन। तो हम क्या करते हैं कि जो सबसे पहला एग्जाम्पल हमने सीखा था कि जो इंटीजर में हमारा कन्वर्जन हो रहा है और जो स्पेशली जो इम्प्लिसिट कन्वर्जन हो रहा है उसको हम एक बार देखते हैं। तो मैं क्या करता हूँ कि मैं एक बाइट वेरिएबल बनाता हूँ और उसको इंटीजर में असाइन करता हूँ। लेट्स क्विकली डू दिस। तो यहाँ पे मैंने क्या किया कि एक बाइट वेरिएबल बनाया की वैल्यू मैंने असाइन करी इनिशियली 124 और इस बी को मैंने असाइन कर दिया इंट में और हम दोनों वैल्यूज को प्रिंट। लेट्स सी व्हाट इज द। पहले मैं इस प्रोग्राम को सेव कर लेता हूँ। तो हम चलते हैं अपने कंसोल पर, जहाँ पे हम देखते हैं कि ये प्रोग्राम एग्जीक्यूट करने का आउटपुट क्या। तो हम कंसोल पे आ गए हैं। हम देख लेते हैं कि यहाँ पे जो पाथ मेरा सेट है वो वही है जो हमने किया था। परफेक्ट। नाउ लेट्स रन द जावा प्रोग्राम। तो वी कैन क्लियरली सी कि यहाँ पर जो बाइट की वैल्यू रिप्रेजेंट हुई है, जो प्रिंट हुई है वो हुई है 124 सेम इंटू। तो मतलब यहाँ पे जो बाइट की वैल्यू है वो विदाउट एनी मच एफर्ट, राइट, सिंपली असाइनमेंट आई एम डूइंग और वो वैल्यू इंटीजर को असाइन हो। करेक्ट। तो यहाँ पे जो बी की वैल्यू है 124 वो कॉपी हुई है यहाँ। ओके, नाउ लेट्स डू सम रिवर्स प्रोसेस। ओके, मैं क्या करता हूँ कि मैं इसी प्रोग्राम को दोबारा कॉपी करता हूँ इन 3 लाइंस को और इसको रिवर्स कर। तो हमने क्या किया कि इस बार हम जो 124 है वो इंटीजर को असाइन कर रहे हैं और आई को हम बी में असाइन कर रहे हैं, राइट। एंड सेम वैल्यू आई एम प्रिंटिंग, बाइट वैल्यू एंड इंटीजर वैल्यू। लेट्स सी द आउटपुट नाउ। दोबारा रन करते हैं एंड दिस टाइम वी आर गेटिंग एरर। ओके, द फर्स्ट एरर इज एक्चुअली आई एम डुप्लीकेटिंग द वेरिएबल नेम। लेट्स फिक्स दिस क्विकली एंड देन वी विल सी। तो यहाँ पे मैंने क्या किया कि दोबारा वेरिएबल बना नहीं रहे हैं, सिंपली वैल्यू अपडेट कर रहे हैं। ओके, नाउ लेट्स सी। Perfect. So now this time, what error we are getting? It is saying incompatible type, possible loosey conversion from int to byte. तो यहाँ पे जो int की रेंज है, we know कि this is greater than byte. तो यहाँ पे जो मुझे कन्वर्जन करना होगा वो explicit कन्वर्जन करना होगा, right? And Java is giving me the error on compile time itself. तो मैं यहाँ क्या करता हूँ, मैं यहाँ पर इसको टाइप कास्ट कर देता हूँ in byte, because I know कि जो 124 वैल्यू है it is in the range of byte and I can assign it, and I am as a programmer is responsible for this conversion if any error occur. Error occur in the sense any value conversion it is doing it, whether it's correct or wrong, right? I am fully responsible because I am doing this. Now let's see the output. दोबारा से रन करते हैं and now this value is printing perfectly fine as we are expecting. Both time it is printing 124. Now let's see the magic. What I will do is I will again do the same thing. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to increase the value. Let's say I am giving this 254. Okay, now if I do this, what will happen if I convert this 254 to byte? Will it print the same value? The answer is actually no, because 254 is beyond the range of byte. So now this case is going to be the case of overflow, and whatever the value is coming for this 254, it will actually come something in negative. So we can see the value is coming as a negative one. Why? Whenever we go out of the range, what the compiler is doing, whatever the overflow value is there, it again rounding to the same circle where the value. Okay, we will understand this additionally, like why it is printing -2, and we will talk about the range, what all the range we are having for different data type. But for now, we can understand this, like if something is going beyond the range, then in that case we will not get the value which is actually we are expecting. Now we will see one more example of character, like we have seen the character as well, right? So let me create a character. Okay, and now I'm giving this character value to an integer value, and let's print. Now if we run this program, okay, so what will be the value is there for a? In the slide we have seen like this value is going to be 65. Let's see if it is printing the same value or not, and yes, it is correct. So here the conversion if I am doing, and this character conversion simply is happening without any much efforts, means I'm not doing explicitly something, I'm simply assigning it. Now let's try one more flavor. What happen if I assign this value to byte? Now we can assign this like, and now what will happen? And we know the range of byte is not actually greater than or equal to the character range. In this case, error will occur, right? And same error, like we are doing wrong conversion and we have to do it explicitly. Java will not support me, so we have to do the explicit conversion here. Now it will, you can see the character value and the byte value printing correctly, because I know the range, whatever the character I am getting here, okay, this is going to be the in the range of byte, and I am sure on this there will be no loss of the value, and I can do this as a programmer here. So that's how we can typecast anywhere. Now if I try to do one more example, like we have this boolean is equal to true, and if I try to actually typecast to integer, what will happen? If I try to run this, what will happen? It will give me the error, and the error is, it's strictly saying boolean cannot be converted to int. And in the other case, we have seen like the error was different, possibly loosey conversion from character to byte. Okay, so it's strictly saying like we cannot convert. Even if I try to do this in byte, it will give me the same error. Right? So we cannot convert boolean to any data. Now let's see our one more example which we have seen in our slide as well. Let's create a long value. If I try to print this, what will, if I just print it, okay, I will get the error. And what will be the error? This value is not going to be treated as long. It is going to be treated as int by default. Let me clear the console. You can see, right? It is simply saying integer number too large. Even though I am assigning it to long, but it's saying it is treating this number as a integer only. So to tell the compiler, don't treat this value as a integer, treat it as a long. I have to give this suffix L here, and then only it will actually, okay, I have to comment this code. Now it is printing correctly. Now let's see if I assign this value to boolean. Sorry, let's see if we assign this value to float. Okay, if I'm doing this, let's print the float value. Now if we rerun this program, what will happen? It will print the same value which we have seen in our slide as well, and it is in the exponential form. Correct, and the last digit is actually rounded off. Correct. Now if I do the same casting to our double, what will I can do the typecasting to double as well, right? Reprint effect. Now rerun. Now we can see the value is actually getting printed completely, no loss, right? And here we are in the earlier one, we are having precision loss. Right? Now if what happened, in place of assigning this value, okay, so this is working fine, and we have this larger data type which is having very long value support. But what will happen if I give the maximum value of long to this double, right? So let's see. So here I'm just using a class, okay, which is out of the box given by Java, and for this we will understand this in our future one, but for reference I'm just actually, for this example I'm using long dot max value. So long is here is not a literal value, so you can see like the long I have written as a capital one. So this is going to be a class, and this is a constant defined which is actually giving me the maximum value supported by this long. Now if we try to print it, what will happen? So let's print both the values and see the output. What is going to be happen? Oh, again same problem. So while copy pasting this code, right, I forgot to remove this type. We cannot define any duplicate variable in same class. That's why we are getting this error. Now rerun this. Now we can see, like, this is the largest value which is Java is having for long as a support. And if we are printing the respective double value, what is happening? It is not printing all the value. The last digit after 77 till 77 everything is fine, but the last digit actually rounded off to nearest even number, right? And similar happened to the above, right? So this is how actually the whole typecasting actually works. Correct? And this way, wherever we know, like this conversion we are having here, we are actually aware what we are doing, and whether this the shorter data type means the shorter range one, actually having no problem if I am doing this larger data type convert, right? And we have seen the example. What will happen if I do the typecasting of a larger number which is beyond the range? What is going to be happen there? Correct? So to avoid these kind of error, like here we are getting the output -2, so we have to be aware of. Then only we can save our output for wrong value. Otherwise, we will see these kind of unexpected result like -2 as our output, which is not at all expected. Correct? So this is something we require to cover as a part of typecasting. Okay. And if you like the video, please like, subscribe. If you have any suggestion, any comment, please do share. I will try to improve. Thank you.